everyone, this is Andrea from the Art and Nature Center, and today I'm taking old t-shirts and markers and creating fabric dyed flower art. So I've already got a cutout piece of my t-shirt taped down over cardboard. You're going to want to tape it down because when you're coloring the fabric it's kind of difficult if it's loose. And the markers that I'm using Sharpies for this project, but really any type of marker that you have around the house should work great for this project. So I'm going to demonstrate with our three primary colors. You can see I've already started with a strip of the red over here, and now I'm going to move to our blue. And you'll kind of find that when you're coloring the fabric, it doesn't really matter how you color it, but it's easier if you're going in the same direction. So I'm going to overlap a little bit of the blue over the red. And you can see I'm kind of still holding the fabric, because even though it's taped down, it still moves fairly easy. So red, yellow, and blue are our primary colors on the color wheel. So when they mix, they're going to make our secondary colors, which are orange, green, and purple. When you're doing this, you can also do just colors that are in the same color family, just warm colors or cool colors, like different blues and purples and greens are cool colors, or yellow, reds, and oranges, which are our warm colors. And we put the cardboard under there because when we do the blending and dyeing portion of this project, we don't want the marker to bleed through onto our nice table. Alright, so now I'm going to add some spots within just for extra blending. So for the color blending dyeing portion of this project, I'm using acetone based nail polish remover, but if you want to use something that doesn't have the acetone in it, rubbing alcohol or non-acetone based nail polish remover works great as well. Stick it right into the cap because I don't want to spill it, but I want the paper towel to really soak it up. And then we just start dabbing the fabric. Just really want to soak it. See how that blue and yellow is mixing to make green, and red and yellow to make orange. You can really experiment with different striping and overlapping. You can still kind of see those dots that I put in there. This strip, I just stayed in the green color family, so some cool colors. And then with this strip, I just wanted my reds and my oranges, so I stayed with the warm colors. Alright, so now that our dyed fabric has dried, we're ready to turn them into fabric flowers. And you can see that as it dries, the colors get bolder and darken up a bit. So I'm going to show you two different gathering folding techniques. This one is going to be a tighter, more like rose-like flower, and then this one will be a fuller flower. So we'll start with this guy. So what I did was kind of randomly cut little waves into either side. I don't really want this one to match up on both sides. And then I fold it kind of in half. Again, not totally matching up because I want the petal to be a little different once we gather it together. So I'm going to pick one end and kind of start rolling it. And I'll add these little pleats in there as I'm rolling it, because I want this to be a tighter flower. I'm not going to do too many pleats, but there's really no exact way to do it. I am using hot glue to glue mine right now just because it's faster, but if you have craft glue, because it's what you have and it's a little safer, that works just great. It just has the dry time. And once you apply the craft glue, so you're going to apply it the same exact way I am with the hot glue. Just once you apply it, you're going to want to put an elastic around where my fingers are so it can stay all together until it's dry. But the hot glue is going to have a much shorter dry time. And I like to scrunch it together even a little bit more with all of my fingers. All right. And then I kind of just separate the fabric, and you can even fold over a few edges to open up those petals. And there's our tight rose flower. All right, so for the next one, I'm going to fold it in half the long way, and then fold it this way, and then one more time, and I'm going to shape my petals a little bit more with this guy. I think for this one I'm going to do some round petals. So you just start at one end and cut. And if folding it this many times is a little bit too thick, you don't have to do that. It's just so we have a little bit of evenness in our petals. So now when I open it up, I have some rounder petals. All right, so again, I'm gonna pick one end, and this one I'm gonna do the accordion pleats a lot more and bunch it, because I really want this one to be a fuller flower. Again, no exact way. I'm kind of just folding and then rotating it in a circle as I go. And if you need help with this, need some multiple hands to get this process done, absolutely ask for some assistance. Same with the hot glue or the craft glue. And then I'm going to scrunch. All right. Then we have our fuller flower. Last one, I have the green small strips of fabric. So I'm just gonna kind of free cut simpler leaves out of the fabric. And then what I want to do is just create like one of those nice leaf veins that goes down the middle. It's an easier way to do something kind of interesting with your dyed fabric. And finally, what I've been doing to turn these fabric flowers into a fun art piece that I can hang is I took the matting insert out of a frame and I've been gluing them on the inside of that, so then I have a nice hanging piece. So let's add the new fabric flowers that I've just made. And once I glue them down, I can kind of play with how I want the petals to look. And there, I think I've finished off my fabric flower art piece. Thank you for joining me today, and please share your artwork with us.